Ilya Iframa, Mr. Joe Travato, Miss Marina Tarzanov, Miss Nicole Carroll, Mr. Talia Tarzanov.
And we're back. Welcome to the 2026 Virtual International Championships. My name is Nicholas with Dance Sport Dynamics. We're in this live stream event for the Fred Astaire Dance Studios.
Judges, we're going to be moving into Heat 474. This is Heat 474, dancing the waltz. We have 12 couples in this heat for Heat 474 and waltz.
And here we have Mr. Jim Carter back on the commentary couch. Welcome, sir.
Hello, Mr. Plant. We also have Miss Elizabeth Joy. She just finished judging. Miss Elizabeth Joy. Miss Elizabeth Joy. Hello, everybody. I'm sure you had a great time with Mr. Stephen Knight, Miss Luann Pulliam. I'm sure they were quite entertaining. All right, so let's see what's been going on with the chat. I know Miss Luann was keeping everybody update. Got a lot of studios on today. We got 26 people out there watching us. Once again, if you talk to your friends, let them know we are on Dance Sport Dynamics. Doesn't cost you anything. Just log on to Facebook, type in Dance Sport.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 475. Dancing the Tango. We have 15 couples on the floor. This Heat 475 and Tango.
All I got to do is just type in Dance Sport Dynamics, and it'll pop up. And all you got to do is just subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. And you can see all this fun stuff going on. So make sure you let everybody know. All right, we're doing the Tango. We are in our bronze divisions. And we have our ladies out there right now. Just got off the panel of judging, and it's very exciting watching all the different studios. You know, one thing that as students, you meet a lot of these people at nationals, but you don't really know where they practice. And here's an opportunity for you to see the studios that they're in. You see how they're decorated and what different studios look like. Might even give you some ideas for your studio.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving to Heat 476, dancing the Foxtrot. We have 13 couples. Judges, please add in couple 132. Couple 132. Foxtrot.
I see Mr. Plant changed the stream. We got 74 people. Nice. All right, now we're caught up, so the comments should be coming now. All right, moving to Foxtrot. I heard Miss Luann say something. What is your favorite dance out there? Foxtrot definitely is one of them. Very social dance. If you're not sure what to do, if you're out there, dance the Foxtrot. Pretty much dance it to anything. Oh, we got Mr. Martin Lamb with us. Hello, Martin. How you doing? And he had a question, but let's say hello to the lovely and talented Miss Elizabeth Joy. Hello, how are you?
Thank you very much.
I know you just got off of judging. So
we did.
Yes. It was fun.
Now we get to talk.
We get to talk, yes.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 477, dancing the Viennese Waltz. We have 11 couples. This is Heat 477 and Viennese Waltz.
When you were here before.
All right, we have Pleasant Prairie. Give some shout outs. They say Pleasant Prairie is the best. Loved by teachers, Philip and Ilya. We have Mr. Martin Lamb on with us.
Oh, hello, Martin.
One of our dance council members. He might be one of the older dance council members that we have.
Oh, we probably shouldn't go there.
No, I'm probably one of the older ones, that's for sure. But he's still good looking. But Mr. Lamb asked us, is it easy to judge virtually? Very good question.
I don't think there's much difference. Do you?
Well, no. I mean, we're watching people dance. What do you feel when you're watching the screen? opposed to live.
I think you get used to the screen relatively easy. I like the fact that they're all in numerical order, so everybody's easy to find.
Yep.
I like the lighting in most of the studios.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 478. Dancing the Waltz, we have 14 couples. Music, please.
Yeah, it's obviously different than in-person
Sure.
judging. You kind of have to retrain your brain to kind of see squares opposed to three-dimensional. I think the one thing that is very important for the studios to understand is that if you can frame your students inside the box that we see and not let them drift too far away. So we have a lot of studios that are following the couples.
Yes.
Which I think makes a big difference.
I think that helps a lot.
It helps a lot. Also, how you set your studio up. If you have windows where the sun might be coming in, try to block that out because sometimes you get some hot spots on the floor and it kind of whites out everybody.
Yes. But it is fun to see all the inside of the different studios across the country.
I was saying before you got here that a lot of students meet students.
And thank you, competitors. Moving into Heat 479, dancing the Tango. 13 couples for Heat 479, the Tango.
Yeah, but students, you meet a lot of people around the country, and you know what studio they're at, but you don't really get to see where they dance.
Exactly.
The same thing as far as them seeing you. So I was saying it's nice to see all the different studios and how they have it set up and how it's decorated. Right.
Yeah, each studio has a personality.
That is true, for sure. So they might be able to grab some ideas like, I like that Durham, how they have that sign over the top and it's lit up and
different colors.
Different colors, correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess, Mr. Martin, yes, and you've done these virtuals before, so I think you understand too. It's just different. It's the same, but different. All right, little tango going on right now. Everybody's really, really on for a Saturday morning. It is Saturday, right?
I believe it's Saturday afternoon.
Is this Saturday afternoon?
We're now moving into
there you
Heat
go.
480,
Across most of the U.S.
11 couples for Heat 480 and Foxtrot.
When you hear Miss Elizabeth, you know what it is. Time stands still. The only reason we know it's nighttime is because it's dark out.
There you go.
And I got to say, where we're having this event, it's in Fort Walton Beach, and there's a beach right outside right there, and it is absolutely gorgeous.
Probably warmer than most people.
Well, yes, but I'm sure us Floridians would say it's still got a little nip in the air. And our Midwest family and East Coast would be rolling their eyes at us right now. But it's different, we're Floridians.
It is.
We're not used to cold, but we do hope everybody's safe out there. We know there's some storms coming.
Right.
So please be careful when you leave the studios later. Drive safe. Or get a cot and just stay at the studio.
There you go.
What
an idea.
That would work.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 481, dancing the Viennese Waltz. 12 couples for Heat 481, the Viennese Waltz.
But we do have the ballroom of this hotel basically set up like a competition would.
Yes.
We have our judging tables and stands that you can see, and we have music and scrutineers and registration, and everybody's in their places just like they would be in a live ballroom.
Yeah. The only difference that we kind of miss is the interaction with the students.
True.
Physically seeing the students and saying hello to them and the other staff around the country. So it is a little different in that aspect.
It is.
All right, let's see. Well, Mr. Martin Land said that, we're better than the last two that were up here.
Well,
at least that's how I'm interpreting it.
Who were the last two?
It was Luann and Mr. Knight.
Oh, okay.
Pretty strong statement. So we have Mr. Gary Blumenthal, the wife and I have been dancing at Apex Studio for over 2 years. It has become an important part of our lives.
We're now moving into Heat 482, dancing the waltz. We have 13 couples for Heat 482 and waltz.
Well, that's very good to hear. That's why we're
nice to hear, isn't it? And you hear that
a lot
across the country, that once somebody starts this hobby, it's
addictive.
It is.
And, above everything else, above titles, above whatever else we achieve in this business, that's really what we like to hear. Mm-hmm. How we make a difference in people's lives. And, dancing is the common denominator. What else do we have here? Shout for Pleasant Prairie. Miss Amber Clementi, Viennese Waltz, the OG form of waltz. One of the best ways to feel like you're flying with your feet still on the ground. That's very good.
It is. And good description.
Yeah, and Tango, it's fire and it's ice. It's loudly expressive and softly vulnerable. Well, Miss Amber, well said.
And thank you, competitors. Moving into Heat 483, dancing the Tango. 13 couples for Heat 483 and Tango.
So, Mr. Fickle Fox, that's what it says here. Mr. Fickle Fox says, please give the person controlling the judges and MC's screen names a raise. I know Pajman right now is the voice of reason. Shout out for West Bloomfield. Go 176.
Madison West. 176 is Madison
West. There you go. See, that's that judge's eyes. You were able to find 176 like that. So I'll let this tango finish, and now I will ask you an actual ballroom question.
Can't wait.
I guess we do have to talk about dancing a little bit.
And thank you, competitors. Moving into Heat 484, dancing the Foxtrot. 13 couples on the floor. This is Heat 484 and Foxtrot.
Okay, so obviously as former teachers,
yes,
when you're preparing your students to go to a competition, either regionally or nationally, do you feel that the amount of steps that you do are important? In other words, let's say it was the intermediate bronze, and back in our day there were 5 steps.
Right.
Do you feel we're good. Do you feel all 5 steps needed to be done? Did you?
No.
Okay. Yeah. Tell me what your thoughts were on that.
I think quality is better than quantity.
I agree 100%.
Yes,
yeah.
I said that right.
You said it correctly. Yes.
Yes. And I think you ought to pick the step patterns that show off your ability the best.
Right. So students are like snowflakes. So maybe this step fits with this person, but this step, maybe it's not their strongest one. So why would you bring that to a nationals?
Exactly.
Yeah, pretty much was along the same line.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to Heat 45, dancing the waltz. 12 couples. This is Heat 485 and waltz.
So as students, I know sometimes you're like, well, I have all 5 steps. Why can't I use all 5 of them? Well, yes. I mean,
and you can.
You can.
If you want to.
You absolutely can. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it really dictates the floor and how many couples are on the floor, what steps you can and cannot do. But I know that I've had, when I was a teacher, I would have 2 or 3 of those steps, and that's what we focused on and worked on the quality of those.
And some people are just better and like different things than other people.
Correct.
Some people like dance position, dance hold in a closed position.
Yes.
Some people like to be apart and open more.
Yep.
So it really is up to the individual team.
Yes.
Before you asked me that question, I was going to talk about the amount of space that we have here in this hotel and this ballroom, because both this year and last year.
And thank you, competitors. Moving into Heat 486, dancing the Tango, 15 couples. This is Heat 486 for the Tango.
Please continue, Miss Elizabeth.
We've had so much space that we have a completely different set of dance council members that are revamping our curriculum, both last year and this year. As we speak, they are revamping the Silver Rhythm.
Silver Rhythm,
is that what they're doing?
And
that's exciting.
I believe that's what, 13 dances?
Yes.
Approximately. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, they started, I believe, Thursday. Thursday morning we started that. Yeah, we had a bunch of people in there doing it at the time and talk about bringing a bunch of, people that have their ideas. It was quite entertaining. But yeah, they've been working on that pretty much for the last 3 days, and then they'll be starting the filming of that, bringing some of our top professionals in to put them and record them, and that will be coming out at some point. Not completely changing the silver.
And thank you, competitors. Moving into Heat 487 for the Foxtrot. We have 11 couples for Heat 487 and Foxtrot.
Yeah, they're
just
still
updating it.
Yeah, updating it. I mean, they are looking at the steps, and then maybe tweaking, the ending. Some they're redoing altogether because the silver was done almost 30-something years ago.
Can you believe that?
I can't. Yeah, but I can't. I actually helped put the decorations up for the video. And, just like fashion, styles change. So, and someone pointed out something, too, that, our quality of dancers are much higher now than they were 30 years ago, which is what we want. We always want the next generation to be better than our generation, and their generation should be better. So, our teachers are much improved. Our students are unbelievably great. So some of the steps needed to be updated because they had a little too much simplicity to them, I guess you could say.
It's a good.
And thank you, competitors. We are now moving into Heat 488. Dancing the Viennese Waltz. We have 12 couples on the floor. Judges, we are adding in couple 132. Again, this is Heat 488 for the Viennese Waltz.
I was going to say that was a good way to put it.
Well, thank you, Miss Elizabeth. All right, we got some. Let me see here. Go Krill and Jennifer from Apex.
There you go.
They like the big sign in the Durham studio.
Yes.
So they are noticing those things.
Yes.
Pleasant Prairie is the GOAT. I'm assuming greatest of all time. That's what they're referring to.
Orange is already decorated for Valentine's Day.
Nice. It's never too soon for that.
It's not.
Shout out to West Broomfield. Freezing right now, and they're doing amazing. I'm assuming freezing outside. Miss Michelle, I'm dancing tomorrow for my first competition at West Melbourne Studio. Dance has changed my life, and Jose and Joanna are amazing instructors. Yes, they are.
Great.
Well, we're very happy to hear that.
And thank you, competitors.
First
We're
competition.
now moving into Heat 489. Dancing the Waltz. We have 14 couples. Again, this is Heat 489 and Waltz.
That's what we love to hear. Titles don't really mean anything. It's what it does for you personally. Life experiences. Yeah, we do these things. They're these competitions. Yes, they're a lot of fun. It's like a big family getting together, but it kind of focuses you into your lessons to have a goal, that you set to be ready for.
And this is a great event to have as your very first one. There's no travel involved.
No.
You get to compete and perform in the comfort of your own studio where you're comfortable.
Yeah, we call it home field advantage.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that, where if you've never competed before, to actually be in your studio with your surroundings that you're comfortable with, it's a great way to get started.
Your friends and family cheering you on.
Friends and family. Everybody cheering on each other.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 490, dancing the Tango, 12 couples on the floor. Again, this is Heat 490 and Tango.
And we also have at Randman 555 Wilson. Dance chain as let me do this again. Dance has been life-changing. Special shout out to Yulia and Ilya at Pleasant and all other teachers for their patience and support at Pleasant Prairie. If it's one thing we have is patience. We should have been doctors. Well, yeah, we're doctors of dance, I guess you could say. And Mr. Martin throwing some questions at us. Thank you, Mr. Martin. What's the importance of costuming?
Oh.
Well, I will refer to you on this one.
I think that's a fun thing to talk about.
Good.
I love the importance
I live
of
for this conversation. Go on.
It's fun to get all dressed up, though, isn't it?
Yes.
Pick dance dresses and colors and change your mood and change your attitude on the floor.
Yeah, I think, for the virtual, Tom and I were talking about this yesterday in 1 second.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to Heat 491, dancing the Foxtrot. We have 11 couples for the Foxtrot.
We were talking about for nationals, you're seeing it three-dimensionally. Mm-hmm. For virtual, the more your dress kind of pops, if you have a real bright color,
definitely helps.
Naturally, our eyes kind of go to those colors. So like right now on the screen, we've got a nice bright green dress. We've got a nice red flowing dress out there. Not that we don't see if you're in black or any other darker color, but sometimes with this situation, this type of a competition, if you got something that pops, you want to be seen.
Yes. And I think that's important on a crowded dance floor.
Absolutely. I know we were saying we hope they don't bump into each other. There's too many people that don't bump into each other. But a costuming, I think Martin was referring to, does that bear a lot of weight into our decision as far as the placements are concerned? Does the dress with what the men are wearing make that big of a difference?
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 492, dancing the Viennese Waltz. We have 11 couples. This is Heat 492, the Viennese Waltz.
When I'm alone on the road.
So yeah, does it really change your mark if you don't like the dress?
Man, it does.
Does it?
What do you think?
Well, I think it's up to the studio to properly explain why we wear what we wear.
Guide.
And, unfortunately, impressions when you first walk onto the floor, if you have somebody out there who has a dress that is just covered in rhinestones and you're going out there in some sort of a maybe homemade type of dress, it just doesn't have the same look. I think the dancing should be what we look at, obviously, but you also want to fit the part.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
And thank you, couples.
Good combination.
We're now moving into Heat 493. Heat 493, dancing the waltz. 10 couples for Heat 493 and waltz.
I was going to say the entire package.
The entire package, yes. And we realize that dance costumes and dresses are not inexpensive. We realize that. But there's a lot of studios usually have dresses that are for sale, or some students will actually rent their dresses. So there's a way for you to, if it's your first competition, not spend a big amount of money. If you want to, that's fine. But I think it's up to the studios, for you to come in with what you have or wear things for them to say, yes, this will be fine, this will be fine. Because they might not even know, and all of a sudden they get there and, didn't realize the amount of glamour that's supposed to be there and not feel good about what they have. So
well, I was going to say, when you look good,
you feel good.
You feel good.
Damn, you
it's
get
going to improve your
performance. I think so too.
Yep.
We have Jackie Washington. We'll wait for a second.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving to Heat 494, dancing the Tango 11 couples for Heat 494 and Tango.
And she said, it took a lot for me to talk my husband into ballroom dancing. Jackie, you are not alone.
I was going to say the same thing.
and now he's been doing it for 20 years.
Wow.
Go Gary Washington at Fredwick. Wow.
Fredwick?
I know. You couldn't let that slip, could you? No.
I couldn't.
I'm sure somebody would have said something.
The master enunciator.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that's great. 20 years, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, ladies, if you can get your guys to come in, it's addictive. Well, it helps you get it. Yeah, outfits help you get into character, I would think, and puts a certain mindset there. Yes. We have Mr. Fickle Fox again.
Oh, good.
Probably the top runner for best handle, Mr. Pickle Fox.
Fickle or pickle?
Fickle. Okay. Sorry. Pickle would be good, too.
Thank you, competitors. We're now moving to heat 495, dancing the Foxtrot. 9 couples in this heat. And this is heat 495 for the Foxtrot.
He said, first time watching a virtual competition. Love how beginner-friendly it seems. Everything we do is beginner-friendly, by the way. Nationals, doesn't matter.
But this especially.
But this is very special because, like you said, it gives our newer people a chance to experience it. You can stay in your home studio, skip the crowded room nerves, and stress less about other things. Yes.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
We have Miss Teresa Marie Ryan. She said, can you have too much blink?
Bling?
Blink for the judges.
Bling, maybe?
Well, maybe bling, yeah, but it came out blink.
Okay.
I mean, we do blink a lot. Sometimes we see a costume and we go, what? I think she meant bling, so that's a very good call. Can there be too much bling? We'll answer that in a second.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to heat 496, dancing the Waltz. 13 couples for heat 496 and Waltz.
And your answer would be?
Probably cannot have too much bling.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think more
I would bling the areas that you want to pop.
Yes.
And not just one.
Be very careful on what areas you're popping with.
There you go.
You know? Yeah, I don't think you can have...
Bling your assets?
Yes. Yeah, I think you can bling as much as you want. You can blink as much as you want, too.
Well.
But try to keep your eyes open when you're dancing. I would suggest, like with the guys in smooth, we don't want to have too much bling. Nice, clean look.
Yeah, guys don't get to bling.
No.
But just the open divisions.
Open divisions, they can jazz it up a little bit in the smooth, but still, you don't really see rhinestone jackets and things like that. Rhythm, you see a little bit more rhinestones on collars and things like that for the guys.
Sure.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to heat 497, dancing the Tango. 12 couples. Judges, please add in couple 232 for the next 2 heats. Couple 232 for the next 2 heats. This is heat 497 and Tango.
Yeah, Miss
adding...
Teresa did say she meant bling. She just wrote it on here. The spell check does that sometimes. Okay, go on.
We're adding people in either because they missed an earlier heat or because of the weather. I think.
Yes, I think that we have...
And maybe they're one and the same. Maybe they missed an earlier heat because of the weather.
Because of the weather,
we're trying
correct.
to accommodate everybody today and tomorrow.
And there's also, at some point, sometimes they have camera issues.
True.
Where, I know there's a couple times we were looking for a certain number on the screen. It wasn't there.
Right.
So they could have had internet problems.
Costume changes.
Yes, or camera issues. Mm-hmm. So, of course, we're not going to say, oh, well, too bad. So what they'll do is they'll take that student and place them in another heat of the same dance, but they would now become proficiency.
Right.
Because you can't really judge them against a heat that was done 2 hours ago or an hour and a half ago. So they wouldn't lose their opportunity to dance, though.
Mm-hmm.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving to heat 498, dancing the Foxtrot. 12 couples. Again, add in couple 232 for the Foxtrot.
And once again, I don't know if they brought this up earlier, but we do have to talk over the music.
We do.
Because there are
we're trying hard not to talk over the MC.
MC, correct.
So that everybody knows what heat we're on and what dance it is.
Well, Pajman's not copyrighted.
Right. True.
He may say he is, but he's not
But
copyrighted.
we are trying to muffle the music.
Yeah, I mean,
out on the internet.
Yeah, I think you can't have more than like 10 or 15 seconds of. It's really specific artists that are really strict about their music not being played over anything. So there are a lot that are okay with it, but there are some. So we just don't want to take the risk because all of a sudden we'll get kicked off of the YouTube for could be 10 minutes, it could be a day.
Right.
So that's why you have to hear
people.
No, we don't want that to happen. So that's why you got to hear us and others talk.
Lucky and thank you, couples. We're now moving to Heat 499, dancing the waltz. 10 couples for Heat 499 and waltz.
So Miss Cindy, who, remember the husband,
yes.
20 years. So my husband is the one that wanted to try ballroom dancing, especially for the mental and physical benefits. He has been curious about it because his dad did ballroom dancing. Well,
oh, wow.
Awesome.
That is awesome.
So let's see, mental and physical. So Cindy, has it helped with the mental? That's what I'd like to know, which I'm sure it has.
It is supposed to be one of the best activities for mental health.
Yeah, I, as teachers, we hear students that would come in and say that their doctors told them to get some physical activity. When they said we're doing ballroom, they said that's even better because you're getting the physical and you're working the mind.
Yeah.
You
have to put these step patterns in order. You have to memorize the step patterns.
You have to remember your lessons and what you did.
Right.
So...
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to Heat 500, dancing the Tango. 11 couples for Heat 500 and Tango.
So everybody this weekend that's competing is earning double points.
Oh, that's right.
In our World Cup Series.
Students and teachers.
Yes.
Well, you meant everybody.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
This is the only event on the calendar that earns double points.
Wow.
So you start out way ahead of everybody else by doing this event.
I'm sure the students realize this is great that you're doing it for the students and recognizing our students. I think that's fantastic. Because without the students, we don't have a World Cup Series.
Right.
But when I was a teacher, you went to a nationals. If you were the top teacher, you might have got $500. It was appreciated. Mm-hmm. But our staff worked very, very hard, and I'm glad that they're being recognized for their hard work, and supporting the competitions.
Right.
Which I think is fantastic. And you and Tad have done a great job with that,
thanks.
by the way.
We're now moving into Heat 501, dancing the Foxtrot 10 couples for Heat 501. Foxtrot.
All right, Mr. Lamb, you sent us a question, but you got to be a little more specific. We're not really sure what you're meaning. He's English, so sometimes, they think us Americans would understand that. But, send it again and, make it more like American. I'm just kidding. It says, go 449 Madison West, go Nicole. Mr. Fickle Fox again. You all got to work on your handles.
Madison West?
Yep, this just said Madison West, Martin. Oh. He's basically saying, the men against the ladies. I'm assuming you're talking like in a championship? Like if you have a male student that's in there with the female students? Mm-hmm. Well, if not, that's how we're going to interpret it.
Okay.
And thank you, competitors. We're moving into Heat 502, dancing the waltz, 12 couples for Heat 502 and waltz.
So sometimes in our championship divisions, we combine male and female students. So if it's a B division, you might have some male teachers dancing with their male students dancing with their female teachers and vice versa. And they're out there on the floor at the same time. So I guess this question is, does it matter, or is it an advantage or disadvantage against a leader or a follower? Like the gentleman students leading or the teachers leading, but then you've got the students following and the teachers following.
Right.
I know. Great question, Martin.
You're
making our brains work a little bit on this one. Well, I think it. Okay.
And thank you, competitors. Moving into Heat 503, dancing the Tango, 11 couples in Heat 503 and Tango.
Well, most of the time in closed divisions, you're only judging the amateur
Yes.
partner
Yes.
of the two. And in championship divisions, you're judging them as a partnership.
That is correct. Yes. Yeah, I would say the gentlemen students, ladies are naturally good dancers. I mean, from what I've seen
Somewhere in their lifetime, they've probably had a dance class or two.
And a lot of times these gentlemen come in with really no dance experience.
Right. You guys were out, throwing footballs and baseballs and
or whatever.
doing sports.
Yeah, working, doing whatever you're doing. But dancing really wasn't, something that the gentlemen do. So, maybe the ladies do have a little bit of advantage on it, but then again, you are judging them as a couple
And thank you,
together.
couples. We're now moving into Heat 504 for the Foxtrot. 14 couples for Heat 504. Foxtrot.
All right, so we have Miss Ella Parks, 3269. At what point could a student dance pro realistically? Very interesting question. Don't do it. It's too stressful. No, anyways, what do you feel?
I think it's completely up to the individual dancer.
Yeah.
I think there's an advantage to being an amateur, staying an amateur, enjoying this as a hobby, and versus becoming a professional competitor and teacher. And
yeah,
I don't think there's a set requirement of time or
no. I would always suggest learn as a student. Mm-hmm. Get your solid foundation underneath you.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 505, dancing the Viennese Waltz. We have 13 couples on the floor. Judges, please add in couple 181. Separate event, couple 181. This is Heat 505, the Viennese Waltz.
Find another question, Martin. But yeah, I would say get your foundation as a student. Mm-hmm. And get solid with that. And I would suggest just communicating with your studio. Your teacher, the manager, the owner.
What your goals are.
And what your goals are. And if you're interested in something like that, and, they will basically give you the rundown of what it takes to be professional. And, unfortunately, we kind of make the job look easy. And in some ways, when you're loving what you do, it is easy.
Yes.
But it is a job that takes a lot of dedication, a lot of personal time, there is a lot of stress, there is a lot of emotion. It's one of the most rewarding jobs. I can't imagine doing anything else.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 506, dancing the waltz. 13 couples dancing in Heat 506 and waltz.
When I was in Milwaukee years ago, I had a wonderful student named Sherry Strelo, which is now part of the Fred Astaire company.
Right.
And when I moved...
I didn't know that.
Yes. I taught her for like 3 years.
I
Yes.
didn't know that.
And when I left Milwaukee and I came to Florida, she had called me and said that, she was considering going pro. And I told her, I said, run. And then I came back and said, well, if it's your dream, if that's what you want, I want you to know it looks a lot different on that side than it does when you're just coming in for your lessons. And like 38 years later, she's still
in the business.
She's still doing it. So, I'm glad I told her not to run. Otherwise, we wouldn't have Miss Strelo. But, if it's something you're interested, talk to your studio, talk to your owner, your manager, your teacher. And I'm sure they'll guide you in the right direction.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 507. That's the Tango. 13 couples in Heat 507. Tango.
All right, do a little tango, very dramatic dance.
It is probably one of the most dramatic ones.
I would think so. And keep throwing those questions at us. That makes sense, Martin. I'm sure when he wrote it, it made a lot of sense. We're getting some big heats here.
We are.
We've
had big heats all day.
Oh, we did. I mean, we had 15 couples.
We were judging for a couple hours before we sat down here.
That's right.
And we were 12 and 14 and 16 little boxes on our TVs.
It was a little crazy.
We had a good professional division last night.
Yes.
All of the closed professional divisions. Yes. Yeah. Speaking of big heats.
Yep.
Yeah.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving to Heat 508, dancing the Foxtrot. 13 couples dancing in Heat 508, Foxtrot.
I think it's Rising Star Pro Divisions
Tonight's Rising Star.
The last 30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Of our event.
Usually on Rising Star night, they also have the
theater arts.
Not theater arts. The
show dance.
There
you go.
Thank you, Miss Elizabeth.
I'm trying to read your mind.
Yeah, usually they have the show dance, so I don't know if they're offering that or not. But yes, I believe it's all the Rising Star.
Yeah, I don't know.
Evening.
Yeah, and then tomorrow night will be all the open divisions.
All the opens, and probably cabaret in that. Again, very exciting for our staff to be able to compete nationally, and
from their own studios.
From their own studio.
In front of their family and friends and students. And we hope everybody is taking advantage of it being the weekend now and having a big party in their studios, watch parties.
Yep.
Yes.
We had a studio yesterday.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 509, dancing the Viennese Waltz. We have 14 couples dancing Heat 509. The Viennese
we were looking at it and we're like, either this is like the fanciest studio we ever saw in our life, but they had rented out.
Yes.
Like a banquet hall or something.
Right. Yes.
I think it might be in...
Or a ballroom somewhere. Or
might be in the New Jersey region, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
And they had banquet tables set up.
Mm-hmm.
So I just assumed that possibly tonight or whatever, maybe tomorrow night, they might actually have a banquet,
big party
to watch their pros dance and all that, which I think
is
a great idea, absolutely, and it was beautiful.
Gives a studio the opportunity to invite all kinds of people into this event. Friends of dancers that are competing this weekend, guests. Friends that have never seen, students that have never seen anything like this can come by and watch.
Or they can't go to nationals to see it.
Right.
And plus you can do the decorations and not interrupt your studio.
And
right.
I guess that's one advantage to have.
We're now moving into Heat 510, dancing the waltz. We have 15 couples dancing Heat 510 and waltz.
We tried to set the schedule so that, Thursday was Fred on Red and showcases and solos.
Just people work.
Hopefully that didn't, disrupt studio activity too much. And yesterday was country western, Argentine tango,
yes,
things like
nightclub.
that. Right, nightclub was last night.
It was fun seeing all the different themes that they had at the studios.
Right.
We're trying to guess
so
last night.
we saved the most.
Yes, we did. No.
So we were.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 5-11, dancing the Tango. 15 couples in Heat 5-11 and Tango.
But hopefully today and tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, we saved the American Smooth and the American Rhythm divisions for when a studio doesn't normally hold lessons, and this could be the biggest part of their activity.
All right, Mr. Plant found it.
Okay.
This is from Parisa Key. Go number 139. That's my mom. And they love that. She loves that they can watch her compete while I'm all the way in New York City.
Oh, wow. That's neat, isn't that?
Absolutely.
That's an aspect
Thank you, Plant,
of...
for pointing that out. That's why we do what we do. Correct.
That's an aspect of the virtual competition that you and I hadn't talked about yet.
That's right.
Was family and friends being able to see the competition online. Yep. That's neat.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to Heat 5-12, dancing the Foxtrot. 13 couples, dancing Heat 5-12 and Foxtrot. Walk away, walk away.
So, of course, you'll see all of the American Smooth dances today and this evening. Bronze, silver, gold, open divisions, all levels of American Smooth. And then tomorrow you'll see all of the rhythm divisions.
Yes. Yes. Okay, Mr. Lamb has another question for us. This one I kind of understand. It says, what's the importance of a student analyzing their marks?
Oh. Well, I think a certain amount of analyzing is healthy, but...
Well, I guess since I don't really dance with students now, are they able to look up their marks online? Or is this something they have to get their teacher to go get?
At this event?
I guess any competition.
At any competition, they can collect their marks. Yes.
But they get it there.
Thank you, competitors. We're now moving
it's
to
not
Heat
online.
5-13, dancing the Viennese Waltz. 12 couples, dancing in Heat 5-13, the Viennese Waltz.
I know that the marks here this weekend will be emailed and mailed to them.
Okay.
So they will get the marks, probably not as quickly as you would at an in-person event, but they will. I think I think I already said that I think a healthy, I think competition is healthy. And I'm not sure that I would go bonkers and nuts over analyzing and reanalyzing where a judge placed me after 90 seconds of seeing me dance.
Especially when the panels change. You don't have the same group of people every single time. Mm-hmm. Well, I would approach it the same as when we used to have our students get their dances videoed. I kind of stopped having my students pick up their tape and take it home. And then they're watching it, and then I have them come in, and bring their tape in so we can watch it, and they've already analyzed themselves. And of course, what are they doing? They're seeing all the negative.
Everything
they're seeing the negative.
They could have done better.
They could have done better.
Yeah. 5-14, dancing the waltz. 12 couples, dancing in 5-14.
That's human nature also.
Well, I mean, even as pros, I did the same thing. I would get my tape and right away start analyzing all the negative. Mm-hmm. So then I got into the habit of them giving me their tape.
I was going to say, it's usually a good rule of thumb to sit down with your instructor and watch videos, dance videos, and watch and look at the marks.
Yes.
So that a trained professional can help you.
Can make them understand it.
Right.
So I would get the video and I would actually watch it, and then I would write down the positive things that I saw that they did and talk about that first, and then say, now we're going to watch this dance, and I just want you to see how we can maybe get a little bit more into the floor in our rumba, dig into the floor like we've been working on. Now in this dance you did fine, this one, but so I would set the narrative by letting them know how great they did with a lot of stuff, because I know if they got it and it happened, they would be telling me all the bad things that they did.
Right.
So, yes, I agree. If your students really want to look at marks
Well,
out.
you know what's hugely beneficial?
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 5.5. Dancing the Tango. 12 couples for Heat 5:15. And Tango.
Is to set attainable goals
Yes.
for these events.
Yes. I agree.
This is a process, and it's going to take you some time to get to where you want to be.
Yeah.
And I think it'll all come to you. It's probably not going to be as fast as you want it to be,
Yeah.
but that's why Tad and I, when we owned the studio, always thought that we should talk about what we'd like to accomplish at this next event.
Yes.
Just this next event. This is what I want you to think about.
Yep. That's a good way to do it. And don't put so much importance on placements.
Right.
Because we have no control over that. So I always tell my students, we have no control. The only thing we have control is what we're doing on this dance floor right now in our own studio.
Right.
That's what we have control over. Once we get there, all we can do is just present what we know.
Yep.
That's all we can do. And I think majority of students really don't look at their marks
And
anyways.
thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 5:16. Dancing the Foxtrot. 11 couples for Heat 5:16. Foxtrot. We appreciate it, too.
And it takes some time to get comfortable out there
Yes.
on a competition floor.
Yes.
Takes some time to be able to reproduce what you do in your own studio in front of judges and officials and a huge ballroom full of people. So you really shouldn't beat yourself up.
Well, which proves the point how wonderful this is.
Right.
Because you're not going to a big ballroom in a hotel where the floor is maybe 3-4 sizes the size of what your studio floor is.
Right.
And then yes, you've got all these judges there and you've got people watching. So it's a lot different than what we're seeing right here. So hopefully that answered the question.
I don't think these competitors can even really see the judges, can they?
Well,
while they're dancing?
No. Not while they're dancing. No, they might be on a screen, but I don't think they're
Right.
concerned about us.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 5:17. Dancing the Waltz. 11 couples for the Waltz.
She lives up near the sky, high up
I don't know. Did I ask this question or what are the judges looking at and grading on for the dancers, and how do they keep an eye out on everyone?
I think you end up judging on an overall package, right?
Yeah.
Every judge has his or her own kind of criteria that they're looking for when it comes to a specific dance. If we're judging waltz, for example, we want to draw an imaginary line across the ballroom and make sure that everybody's doing their rise and fall.
Frame.
And their frame and their dance position. And you're right. It happens real quick, but you can tell. You can tell if you're showcasing those particular.
Well, I think.
And thank you. We're now moving into Heat 5:18. Dancing the Tango. 11 couples for Heat 5:18 and Tango.
So even in a live competition, if you have 10 couples on the floor, they play the music for about a minute, maybe minute and 7 to 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have 15 seconds to look at every single couple. You'd run out of time. So I think over the course of time, the longer you judge, the more you get to just look at somebody within like 5 or 6 seconds and form some sort of an opinion. So, this is why I tell my students that when I was a teacher, don't worry about if you make a mistake, because the odds of, if there's 7 judges out there, maybe 2 saw it, 5 didn't.
Right.
Because they're not focusing on you the whole time. So just, you make the mistake, that's fine. We start over again, and all of a sudden they're watching you now. Oh, still dancing, didn't see the mistake.
Right.
So I think just from years of judging, we get an impression within 5 seconds of that student's ability, depending on what you're doing at that time.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to Heat 519, dancing the Foxtrot. We have 10 couples dancing Heat 519 for the Foxtrot.
We did have a person, Blobfish, asking, where is Greenwood? And then asked again, where's Greenwood, where's Greenwood, where's Greenwood? Are you there? Are they on here? Where's Greenwood? We are finding out. I guess they're wondering if they should be in Indiana. That's where Greenwood is. But maybe they're asking, where is Greenwood here on the competition? They might be asking. Because what number are they? We don't have that information if they are dancing. We're not really sure where they are in the program, so hopefully they'll come up soon.
Thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 520, dancing the Viennese Waltz. 10 couples on the floor. Dancing Heat 520 for the Viennese Waltz.
I tell you, they're making some crazy names for the judges and for Pajman.
They are.
The Tonight Show is the judges. Yeah. Even though it's daytime, but that's okay.
Right. They were the Supreme Court of dancing.
They were, just a few minutes ago.
I kind of liked that one.
Mr. Ficklefox, go 449. Go Syracuse, New York. Go Madison West. Go Wisconsin. You all look amazing out there.
I have to agree.
Yes, we like to look amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, we also like to be in shorts and flip-flops, too.
Well, doesn't everybody?
Well, not if you're in the Midwest right now or the Northeast. I don't think you're in shorts and flip-flops.
True.
Although some people I know in Wisconsin are crazy. They might walk out with shorts and flip-flops.
Can always tell those snowbirds.
Snowbirds, I'm telling you.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 521, dancing the Waltz. 14 couples. This is Heat 521 and Waltz. Judges, please add in couple 2, 3, 6, next 4 heats.
So we got 15 couples out there. Don't look right now,
We do.
but Mr. Tony Davalani's standing over there. I got my romantic voice on for you right now, Mr. Davalani. The man you can see a smile in the dark. We got 15 couples out there right now. Now,
We do.
I'm not sure where we are in the program, but it might not all be 15 competing against each other. But yeah, I mean, I remember one of the first virtuals I did, the first one. Mm-hmm. I think maybe the most we had was 7 couples maybe on there.
It really has grown, hasn't it?
It's definitely grown. The entries were pretty impressive for this.
I think this competition was born because of COVID, right?
That's exactly right. We weren't really sure what the situation for competitions were going to be.
Right.
It ended up that we were able to do them, even though there were some adjustments we had to make for that.
Right. But
we were jonesing.
We also
did
jonesing.
This too. Yeah, we did this.
Right.
We were jonesing
And
for
thank you,
something.
competitors. We're now moving into Heat 522, dancing the Tango. 15 couples on the floor, dancing Heat 522 and Tango.
And now what? 5, 6 years later, it's still going strong.
Yeah,
It's
I think Zoom had a lot to do with that too.
Yes.
You know, the technology that would allow us to do something like
Right.
this.
And everybody got used to the technology.
Well, Zoom obviously came around at the right time.
Right.
You know, because I remember when the shutdown happened, just be able to Zoom people to see them. And, you know, we had like Zoom parties from studios that, you know, I kind of were invited to. And we just hung out and did play crazy games online, things like
Right.
that. Just to connect with everybody, you know, because we're so used to seeing each other a lot. So,
But what, 2 years ago, we had about 4,000 or 5,000 entries at this event. Last year, we had 8,000 entries.
And what do we
Now,
have
this
this year?
over 13,000 entries.
That's pretty
so
impressive.
it's growing, going strong.
I'm going to
People
already,
laughed at us for keeping this event on the schedule after COVID, and here you go.
I thought it was a
And
brilliant
thank you,
idea.
couples. We're now moving into Heat 523, dancing the Foxtrot. 15 couples on the floor. This is Heat 523, Foxtrot.
I think it's a great idea. It gives our like you said, our teachers and students opportunity to get double points for the World Cup Series, but to expose competitions to students that may not have the opportunity to go to nationals. So I think it's really a great thing, and I'm going to predict it's going to be 15,000 entries next year.
I think that's a good prediction,
You
if
know.
not even more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going 15. If it goes to 16, that's fine. But
I think people are discovering how to use this event for all the different reasons that we've been talking about.
Well, and it's a nice way to kick off the 2026 competition season. You know, a lot of people have. I was right? 2026.
Yeah.
Okay, because you looked away. I was
No.
like, did I say that wrong?
No, sorry.
I was like, I think it was right. Because a lot of studios probably coming in the next week, 2 or 3, have their Freddie Balls.
Their very first regional event.
Their first
of the
regionals.
year.
Nice little warm up before that.
Dancing the Waltz. 9 couples on the floor. This is Heat 524 and Waltz.
Well, and after the holidays, I think this is a way to get everybody back involved into the studio.
Yep, a good goal.
And just to start seeing everybody and start getting into a routine.
Yep. We have from at Diamond Flash Million, another interesting name. Oh, from the Long Grove studio. Said, I wore a smooth skirt to the Long Grove studio yesterday when it was -10, but I ran inside.
Oh, geez. Yes. Bet that was fun.
That was about 5-10
Dedication.
seconds longer than you should have been in that dress. But you know what? They're built differently.
Yes.
You know, when you live in that part of the country, you're like, yeah, it's cold, but, you know, this is what we do.
Beauty knows no pain.
Yeah, no, beauty knows pain. That's right. Beauty that's very good.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 525, dancing the Tango. 9 couples. This is Heat 525 and Tango.
All right, we have also Miss Diamond Flash Million. Couples are looking great out there. We have Go Durham, Go Linda, and Mino. Oh, from Menominee Falls. Go Mino, sorry. Go Linda from Menominee Falls. Yeah, I think the virtual competition is a great opportunity. Obviously, you know, kind of like a broken record to give our newer students who never did a competition an opportunity to be able to feel what it's like to compete in a nationals. But like I said, there's a lot of competitions coming up within all the different regions. Freddie Balls, I know our Freddie Ball is where, you know, we actually find out where our top teachers are from 2025 and sometimes students.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving Foxtrot. We have 8 couples at Heat 526, Foxtrot.
And usually those are either late January or sometime in February. And if you're dancing in those, this is kind of nice little warm up to get your 2026 competition preparation started. All right, we got Long Grove out there. We got Pewaukee. We got Pleasant Prairie, Chagrin Falls. We have Carmel. We have Boise. And we have Venice. And our judges, the Sesame Street crew. All right, Miss Diamond Flash Millions is one of my favorite students, Miss Dawn Miller. Outstanding show dancer and dancer in general. So thank you, Dawn, for being a part of this. How do I look? Do I look okay?
Moving into Heat 527 for the Viennese Waltz. 9 couples for Heat 527, the Viennese Waltz.
You know, Dawn, it did cross my mind that it might have been you because you would do something crazy like that. So we have a student from Illinois, Long Grove, that said that she ran from her car. Miss Luann Pulliam's asking. It was -10. She ran from her car with a short dress on into the studio. They're just built differently. But yes, I had a feeling it was you. She says I look fabulous because I asked her. What else is she going to say? She can't really tell the truth because people can see. But I appreciate it, Miss Dawn.
Well, I agree.
Well, thank you.
Fabulous.
Thank you. You know, I mean, I got a nice little fade before we got here. I let it grow just a little longer, so it would look nice on camera and everything. You know, it's not much there, but what I have, I try to make it look okay. And you look fabulous.
Thank you.
Always. I mean, come on. You wake up looking like this.
Mutual Admiration Society.
That's right.
Now moving into Heat 528, dancing the waltz. We have 12 couples on the floor. Judges delete couple 234, delete 234 for the next 2 heats. This is Heat 528 and waltz.
And the
can everybody see the labels that we get to see? Now our MC is Cookie Monster, and the judges are the Sesame Street crew.
Hey, I'm all about Sesame Street and Cookie
We have
Monster.
some talented individuals in this ballroom running this event.
They need to be doing something else. They got too much free time. Miss Dawn, the reason why it was Diamond Flash Millions because it's her son's YouTube channel. So, although she is a diamond. Once again, yes, we do have to talk over the music because of licensing issues. If we do not talk, they may actually shut down the YouTube channel for a period of time. And we don't want that to happen because then you would not be able to see the lovely Miss Elizabeth and talented Miss Elizabeth Joy here. Me, yeah.
And thank you, couples. We're moving into Heat 529. Dancing the Tango. Judges, please add in a separate event couple 236. Please add in couple 236 for the next 4 heats. This is Heat 529 and Tango.
All right, now we're doing a little tango. Very strong, powerful, sharp movements. You know, people always say, you know, tango, should you be angry in tango? I don't look at tango that way. I look at it as, you know,
I never have either.
More smirky than having an angry face.
Yes.
I smiled in tango.
Smirky.
Well, yeah, smirky, like, you know, like.
It's definitely an attitude, but it doesn't have to be mad
and
mean.
No, I mean, years ago, that's how they used to tell us, you know, tango needs to be mean, and it's a war between a man and a woman, and this and that, but which it has that element. There's that man-woman relationship where it gets a little more, you know, testy. But I always looked at it not as an angry thing, more passionate, you know, with fire, passionately fire.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 530.
Sure.
Dancing the Foxtrot. 13 couples and Foxtrot.
My poor sister, I made her watch this. Didn't make her, but I asked her, you know, hey, watch. You know, she lives in Wisconsin, too, and I know yesterday it was like -17 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah, I told her, get out of there. But she loves the labels that you were just talking about, the Sesame Street Gang and all that.
So they can't see them.
They can't see them, yes. Well, Michelle, stay warm. You're crazy. Tell me how cold it is there right now. Right here, it's probably, I'm going to say 60-something and sunny. Although it's going to get cold tomorrow. We have a nice breeze from the ocean because 65. Ooh. I got the chills at 65. It's not there.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to Heat 531, dancing the waltz. Judges adding couple 236. Your places for Heat 531 and waltz.
Yeah, it's 65 here right now.
Is it?
It's rough.
Yeah.
It's rough.
It's a little chilly for us Floridians.
Well, yeah, we got that breeze coming in here. I'm a little cold, just a little bit, right, Miss Nadine? It's kind of cold in here.
The Powell studio has a nice fire going.
Do they?
In there.
Oh, yes.
Ballroom.
Yes, yes. I've noticed that before. When they've done the virtual showcase competition.
Yes.
That they have a fireplace back there. Today would be the day to have it, that's for sure. In Ohio.
Most definitely.
My sister said I didn't make her watch. She loves the virtual though. And what else are they going to do right now? They're freezing up there. You can't go outside, so might as well watch.
Football games aren't on yet.
Not today, tomorrow.
See? Yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up.
We're now moving.
Appreciate it.
532, dancing the tango. Judges adding couple 236.
My Packer's not there.
This is the 532 and tango.
We would have had issues tomorrow if that was the case. I love judging, but you know, she says it's minus 6 degrees there right now.
Ooh.
That's just the temperature. What's with the wind chill and all that? God knows.
Probably hasn't started snowing yet either.
I don't know. When it's that cold, sometimes it doesn't snow. So I'm going to assume you're right. It's not snowing yet. Still some big heats, boy. Got a lot of dancers out there. What else can you do on a Saturday? There's no better way to spend your Saturday than dancing and having a good time in 65-degree weather. Now, we are thinking about all of our fat studios up in the Midwest, the Northeast, anywhere where it's cold. I mean, even from Atlanta, you know, there's a lot of studios that even are more lower United States, it's still going to be cold.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 533, dancing the Foxtrot. We have 11 couples for the Foxtrot.
No snow yet in Chicago. All right, well, that's good. Dawn, good. Go Carmel. The weather report is it's bright and sunny because Stephen Knight just walked by. Very shiny.
We do have a prime spot. Everybody has to walk past us.
I mean,
to get
you know, we feel
in
like
one ballroom and out the other.
We're like celebrities when they walk by us. Most of them will be sitting on these chairs too, so.
Yeah, I think we all get to do this.
Yep, which is fine.
I have never done this before.
Is this really?
My
of
very
all the years
first-
you've been coming, the first time?
Yeah.
Well, let me speak for everybody. You're doing a fantastic job.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
I mean, it's a little different than judging.
It is.
It is. I would say I love judging. Don't get me wrong. I'm sure Miss Elizabeth does too. But this is a little less stressful.
Yes.
A lot less stressful.
We're now moving into Heat 534, dancing the Viennese Waltz. We have 11 couples for the Viennese Waltz.
My husband is usually the talker out of the two of us.
Yes. 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 The boy does like to talk. But yeah, I would say this, just, you know, coming up with things to talk about. Obviously, our live chat does help us.
Yes, tremendously.
By throwing some questions at us.
Anything new?
Not yet.
The judging panel is now the Fantastic Five.
The Fantastic Five, got it.
Yes.
They're redoing things. They had that last night too.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
they've stopped being creative and are just going back to old ones.
Youngstown, Ohio has a pretty backdrop with their blue and white. They even have a virtual competition banner hanging in their ballroom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Also, Madison West too has the lighting on the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
That's very cool.
It is, isn't it?
And
thank you.
big pole in the middle
We're
of the
now
floor.
moving into Heat 535. Dancing the
Well,
Waltz.
sometimes those
We have 10 couples on the floor.
Those happen.
This is Heat
Happen,
535.
yep.
And Waltz.
I guess keeping the studio standing up is a good idea.
it is.
Because usually those are support.
Usually helps.
Yeah, support beams and all that. You gotta kind of have to have that.
The Fort Walton Beach studio.
For Walton Beach Studio, yes.
Right here.
I kind of
Right down the road.
I kind of know that studio.
You do. You grew up in that studio, right?
20 plus years.
There you go.
And it worked out that I got the opportunity to go there on Tuesday, or Wednesday, I'm sorry. I think it was Wednesday, yes, because we started Thursday, correct?
Yes.
Yes. So the manager,
Gotcha.
Mr. Joe Travato, said, can you come in a little sooner? We're doing a showcase. So I came in and got to do some choreography.
Oh, good. Cartography.
Cartography, that's right. But just walking into that studio, you can't help but, feel the memories of past just
sure.
flooding you.
Sure. You spent a lot of time there.
A lot of time. So the first thing I did was walk in the middle of the floor
And
and
thank you, competitors.
gave a little kiss.
We're now moving to Heat 536, dancing the Tango. 10 couples for Heat 536. Your dance, the Tango.
Yeah, so, just all those memories. And then eventually during the day, I went to the staff room, and that's a memory I'd rather forget. Because there's a lot of dance shoes back there. No, it wasn't that bad. But yeah, it's great seeing all the different studios out there.
Are we in a multi-dance division now?
We might be. Does it have the heat number up there?
It does not.
All right, we'll have to pay attention
Wait
to
and
that.
see
We'll
yeah.
figure it out. I'm sure we're way past this because this is when we first started. So
Right.
let's just take a chunk. We'll see. All right, let's see. We might have some things going there. So all right, we have from at MBKC514.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 537.
537.
Dancing the Foxtrot. 10 couples. Dancing Heat 537 for the Foxtrot.
All right, so they said, so glad to hear you talk about tango not being an angry dance. You said more like smirky.
You did.
You like the word smirky. And that you even smiled when you do it. Yeah, when I danced tango, I just felt a little bit more aggressive emotionally, not angry at the person I was dancing at. Just me inside internally when I'm watching live events or even this, and I'm seeing like scowls, I guess that's the word.
Yes.
Where you're kind of looking at each other, this and that. That's not the kind of passion that I wanted to project with my lady. You can still be aggressive and still have strength to it, but yes, I think having a little smirk, a little cocky kind of smirk,
And thank you, couples.
was
We're
my
now moving
preference.
into Heat 538, dancing the Waltz. Judges, please add in the next three events. Couple 236. Please add in couple 236 for the next three heats. This is Heat 538 and Waltz.
All right, I have at J. Bellistreri. Don't know who that is. That's my sister. I'm kidding. Very good question. How long does it usually take for a student to learn a routine for competitions? It may vary, but what is the typical time schedule? All right, well, that's kind of a two-part question.
Right.
Right now, we're watching. This is closed, correct?
Yes.
All right, so we're watching closed divisions, which are not something that is choreographed. They are already steps that are in our curriculum. And like we discussed earlier, you have, I think, intermediate now is up to 10 steps. Is that correct? Up to 10 steps. So you have approximately that many steps to choose from. You could put them in order and have like a preset.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving to Heat 539, dancing the Tango. 13 couples for Heat 539 and Tango.
That's okay, leaves them on the edge of their seat when we have to stop like that. A preset order of school figure steps that sometimes I see the lady teachers do with their male students. You know, okay, we're going to do this step, into this step, into this step, into this step. You know, so that's really just learning those individual steps and then just putting them in a specific order, which I see the why they would do something like that, but sometimes the floor and the amount of people on the floor may interrupt that sequence.
Right, things might happen.
And I'm a firm believer on, you know, the gentleman is learning how to lead. Let them lead the step.
Right.
You know, they should. Don't do a lot of them. If you do 2 steps, that's what you do, but have him lead it when he wants to. You know, it's okay to do basics. You know, there's nothing wrong with doing basics across the floor.
No.
You know, technically, if we're watching what we're watching right now, I could be watching that couple, and watch this one.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving to Heat 540, dancing the Foxtrot. 12 couples on the floor for Heat 540, Foxtrot.
And they're doing a basic Foxtrot step. And then I go away, I look at other people, boom, boom, boom. Maybe I come back to that couple, 20, 30 seconds later, and they're doing a basic Foxtrot. I don't know if they did 5 steps before that, before I came back. They were just doing a Foxtrot basic. But their Foxtrot basic was absolutely fantastic.
Right.
So I have to judge what I was watching at the time, and they were doing a Foxtrot basic or maybe a promenade, something basic. Mm-hmm. So it's not really, like you said earlier, the quantity of what you do, it's the quality. I remember...
People think we always want to see stuff and more stuff, and that's not necessarily true at all.
I mean, it's on your program, you got to do it.
Right.
Well, yes, when you're learning your bronze program, there's a point where you do have to do checkouts to make sure that you're progressing and learning your steps. Mm-hmm. That's what we do. It's like school. But when you go into a competition, I remember I had one student kind of not understand that. And I said, listen, you're so good, you can go out there and just do basics and win.
Thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 541, dancing the Waltz. We have 11 couples for Heat 541 and Waltz.
She was a very talented student. She also thought that she needed to do as many steps as possible because that's showy. I said, you could go out there and do basics and win. Mm-hmm. So I told her, I said, listen, just trust me. We're going to go out in this next heat in Rumba. We're just going to do the basic, an underarm turn, and 5th position breaks. And she won.
You knew what you were talking about.
Yes. I mean, I might have got lucky, but yes. I had an idea that, as long as they see a good basic, that's what all these steps are based off of anyways, is a good basic step. So don't worry so much about the quantity. Just work on the quality. Now, when we're talking about our open divisions, which is a totally different thing, where it's a choreographed routine, and it's choreographed either by somebody in the studio or some people like us that might be brought in to do choreography, and we're doing a Foxtrot. It is.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 542, dancing the Tango. 12 couples. At Heat 542, Tango.
Oh, Orlando. Ooh, that's a long way from me. So anyways, a choreographed routine means that the choreographer, whoever is putting this routine together, will just choreograph to a Foxtrot rhythm. They might play a Foxtrot in the studio, give them something to do, and they will create a Foxtrot routine that is not necessarily part of our curriculum. It's just something that comes off the top of their head. They have some that just live and breathe, doing Foxtrot, and that's Mr. Stephen Knight. That's one of his favorite dances. And if you're looking for Foxtrots, make sure to give Mr. Stephen Knight a call at 44. No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so, that is a a routine is not written down in a book somewhere like our school figure patterns are down in a manual. You can actually go and look and see how they are, how many counts there are, how many measures, things like that. So an open routine, somebody will choreograph it, and then, yes, you will have to learn it.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving to Heat 543, dancing the Foxtrot. 11 couples for Heat 543 and Foxtrot.
So then you'll come in and at some point start working on learning the choreography. Depending on skill level and how quickly you retain, it's not really how long does it take to memorize the choreography. It's also, are we adding the characteristic of that dance within that routine? So if you're doing Foxtrot, does it have a jazzy? Does it have a bluesy feel? Flirty? What do you want to call it? So yes, there's also technical things that need to be done with this. Are we doing rise and fall? Are we using proper footwork? So to learn the choreography, it could be anywhere between 2 to 4 lessons to learn the choreography. But to actually perfect it and get it to where it needs to be for competition could be anywhere between 15 to 20 sessions. It really depends on your ability.
Heat 544, dancing the Viennese Waltz. 12 couples on the floor. Judges, please add in couple 236. Judges, add in couple 236 for the Viennese Waltz.
So hopefully that answered the question. All right, we have KRB Images. I apologize if I mess up some of these names. We're just learning tango, but I feel like it's a grown-up, assertive, flirting dance. Perfect. Exactly right. Grown-up, assertive, flirty dance. You just keep thinking that. That is absolutely... I'm going to steal that if you don't mind. That is very, very good. Oh, there she is. They're fine. We have Amber Clementi again. Agree about tango. It demands an array and display of emotional depth, not depth. And anger is only one emotion, correct.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving to Heat 545. Dancing the Waltz. 13 couples for Heat 545 and Waltz.
We have KRB Images said this, which I thought was brilliant. We are just learning tango, but I feel like it's a grown-up, assertive, flirting dance.
I like that.
I said I'm stealing
like
it.
Those adjectives better than
I'm stealing it.
yours.
I'm going to take a screenshot, make sure I do that. We have some KRB Images. We did just cha-cha, rumba, and swing basics steps during our local comp at Christmas because we only been dancing a very short time and we are an amateur couple, but we are really enjoying it. That's great to hear.
It is.
And get out there and do your basics. No matter how flashy we get, no matter how many of these open routines we do, everything always is based off of those basic elements. So to take time and really work on your basics periodically is not a bad thing.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 546, dancing the Tango. 13 couples for the Tango.
Yeah, keep those questions coming. Ms. Joy and myself obviously are part of our Fred Astaire Dance Council, so if you are a competitor that maybe is not competing, but you are part of the 90 that are watching us right now, and there's always been a question that you've wanted to ask a judge, but, maybe just didn't feel like it was right or what, here's your opportunity. Ask us anything like, what are, when you're at the competition, what are those little pads you have in front of us, and what do you do in those pads, or what are you looking for, or any question you might have, just throw them at us, and we will give you our honest answer.
At least for the next 30 minutes.
At least 30 minutes? Time does fly.
It does.
I'll tell you. But when you're sitting here, with the Gulf of Mexico just shining the sun shining off of it. We got the bay over on this side. That's 65 degrees.
Doors open.
Doors
nice
are open.
Breeze.
Nice breeze and no snow. And
thank you,
it's not minus
We're now
degrees.
moving into heat 547, dancing the Foxtrot. 12 couples, dancing heat 547 for the Foxtrot.
And you are welcome, Michelle. Anything for you. Yeah, we had to have one of our adjudicators leave this morning.
Get back home.
Get back home because of the weather. Their daughters were there and very capable of they're older, but there is a chance that things could get a little bit hairy, and they were a little nervous. And of course, we were like, no worries, we will cover. Family first, always. Go take care of your kids. See, this kind of song, just if you can't, if you're dancing at a competition, you have to open your ears and not just hear rhythm, but you got to hear the feeling of the song and let your body just kind of react to it. I know that's easy to say.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into heat 548. Heat 548, dancing the waltz. We have 11 couples, dancing heat 548 and waltz.
We have another question here from Gelato7, spelled differently than actually gelato. Hopefully I'm saying these right. Is there a style of dance you prefer to judge over another?
I don't think so. Judge? I don't think so. I know that most of us, if not all of us, competed professionally. So I think all of us did.
Well, we competed.
So we have our heart in different places because of that, but...
Well, I mean, you were smooth.
Right.
I danced rhythm.
Right.
I did cabaret.
Yes.
But I also danced smooth with my students. So I might not have competed in smooth, but I competed in smooth.
Exactly.
And you did rhythm.
And we're all knowledgeable in all of it. So.
Yeah, I think if any judge answers this question, yes, they probably don't judge for Fred Astaire. Well, because, we
and thank you, competitors. We're now moving into heat 549, dancing the Tango, 11 couples for heat 549 and Tango.
I got to say, when I first started, this might sound kind of weird, but I hated tango as a teacher. I just didn't feel it. There was just something about it that just didn't fit. But the more I did it, and the more I got coaching with it, not just professional-wise, but with my students, which I always looked at my students' coaching as a way for me to get better, because learning from the greats from the past, how they explain things, helped develop me, who I am right now, which hopefully we are doing that with other staff,
right.
By, giving them the knowledge to be able to not just transfer that student that we're coaching with, but use that for all their students.
Right.
I forgot the subject we were talking about. Oh, dance over another. But then I learned more about the dance, understood it better. Now, Tango's one of my favorites. So they're all our favorites. I don't think, how long we've been doing this, that there is a dance we don't like to judge.
We're now moving to heat 550, dancing the Foxtrot. 9 couples, dancing heat 550 for the Foxtrot.
And it's always fun as a judge to see all the different personalities dance to a specific dance, like Foxtrot. So on the screen right now, we have 9 people dancing, and they're like a snowflake. Everybody has their own kind of feeling and how they're interpreting that dance. It could be interpreted in the correct way. It could be interpreted in the wrong way, but it's their way of interpreting it. So I think we've all grown to, look at all the dances as really one. I mean, do we all have favorite dances?
Yes, sure.
I love Viennese Waltz. And I love Viennese Waltz because of the music now that you can dance to and how beautiful it is and romantic and sexy and bluesy.
Thank you. We're now moving into heat 551, dancing the waltz. We have 14 couples dancing heat 551. for the waltz.
So, yeah, well, I think we all have preferences on what dances we like. But as far as judging, I don't prefer one over the other. Who's that? Is that Tommy? Oh, that's Tommy. You were standing in the brightness. I couldn't see you. Miss Tommy did a great job last night, her and I.
Yes.
Except 2 times she forgot to turn her microphone on, which might have been Plant just cutting her mic off because...
You never know.
I don't know.
Now the judging panel is The Empire Strikes Back.
Is it?
Yes.
What's Pajman? Because usually they change. Oh, he's not there yet. Maybe he's
not up yet.
Darth Vader. Let's see. All right, Miss. I'm assuming it's a Miss Amber Clementi has a very good question, and I know this Foxtrot's probably going. My MC hat's on. I knew it was going to end, so we'll
thank you, couple.
Ask that question in a second.
We're now moving to Heat 552, dancing the Tango. 13 couples, dancing Heat 552, the Tango.
Pajman is George Lucas. Okay, so their question is, name one thing in a smooth dance, and they also referred this to rhythm, but we'll take smooth first, that if you saw would automatically lower a score or mark. And same thing for it. Well, Miss Tommy
ding, ding,
walking
ding,
by
ding,
said off
Tommy
time.
answered the question. She said off time. That's a big one.
Yeah, and if you're watching the virtual here, there is a slight delay with the music and the dancers.
So we are not paying attention.
So that is really, that might be something that they're seeing and going,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, we understand
Are they on
videos
time or
and
not?
Right.
Yeah. So we are not taking into factor any kind of timing issues.
But usually
live events.
That would probably be the big one, wouldn't it?
Well, here's the thing now. I'm going to pose this question because
Okay.
this opens up. So you have a male teacher dancing with a female student who the female student.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving to Heat 553, dancing the Foxtrot. 12 couples on the floor. Dancing Heat 553, Foxtrot.
So, yes, you got a male teacher and a female student, and the teacher is, sometimes it's not off time, sometimes it's off phrase, because, like, with Tango, you have the T, A, N, G, O, those 8 counts, and sometimes if you're not on those counts, you're not off time, you're just off phrase, which is a totally different discussion. But it's say clearly, oh my God, look who just walked in. The Travado kids just came in. But, the male teacher might be off time in, let's say, mambo or salsa or rumba or whatever. How do we handle that as far as the judging is concerned? It always tears me a little bit there.
I think we try to bring it to their attention at least once, if not twice, before something else happens.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm going to look.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 554, dancing the waltz. 13 couples. Actually, 12 couples. Judges delete couple 234 for the next 2 events. Delete couple 234. Your dance, the waltz.
See, now I have discussion with some adjudicators in the past, and I've had some that go, I'm going to mark them second if I thought they were first, but I'm going to mark them second because the teacher was off time. But then I posed the question, well, how is that the female student's fault? Their job is to follow. You're not going to have a female student like stop their teacher and say, "Hey, you're off time." They're just going to dance. So I'm kind of like the same boat as you. It's like make that teach, huh? Well, hopefully everybody's on time out there.
I think they are. We even have a junior.
We do. Where's she at?
Up at
Oh, nice.
Fort Walton Beach.
Fort Walton Beach, very
as
good.
As a junior competing.
Yes.
Getting more and more kids in our kids programs.
And
yes.
couples.
Ah, nice little
We're
dip.
now moving into Heat 555, dancing the Tango.
All right, what else we got
11
here?
couples. Judges delete couple 234 for Heat 555. Your dance, the Tango.
All right, here's another question. How strongly do dancers need to stick to the line of dance? Well,
You got to.
rhythm, you don't have to worry about line of
Right.
dance.
But you got to.
So there's really what?
It's the rule of the road.
Yeah. There's what? 4 dancers you got to worry about line of dance? Just smooth.
5. Quickstep.
Well, the stand. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For yes. For ballroom, yes. So 5 dances, yes. But yes, I mean, line of dance is there to make sure the traffic flows in the right direction.
Nobody bumps into anybody.
No bumps into. Oh, yeah,
Hopefully.
you don't want to be going against the traffic. It's
Right.
like going down a wrong way on a
And
one-way
thank you, couples.
street.
Exactly.
We're now moving into Heat 556, dancing the Foxtrot. Judges, please delete couple 234. Delete couple 234 for the Foxtrot.
So yeah, I mean, right now as you're watching, now of course the cameras are positioned in different ways, but you know we try to go counterclockwise around the floor. When you have rhythm, you don't have to worry about that really. I mean, merengue it does kind of move, or Paso Doble might move, you know, around the floor same way, but I guess Samba too. Samba could move line of dance.
It does. Sorry.
So it's not just limited to smooth. Or the 5 dances we talked about. All right, he's still George Lucas. I think really understanding, you know, where your alignments are does help.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 557 and to the Viennese Waltz. 12 couples on the floor. This is Heat 557 for the Viennese Waltz.
Understanding your alignments, even as a follower, you know, where a left turn starts, where a right turn starts, does help you to continue the flow around the floor.
I still can't believe that you noticed me.
So it's a lot of fun. We judge for a couple hours, and we're sitting here chit-chatting.
Back to
And then we get to go back.
We're
and
going to go back to
we'll
judging.
talk about taking the hats off and putting a new hat on and hat
Yeah.
off. And we'll be watching these screens like this, but totally different perspective.
I saw you there.
Once again, throw those questions at us.
You mean your fellow judges don't want you to say out loud what you're thinking while you're judging?
Oh,
Different hats.
different. Yes.
Sarasota now has a junior competing.
Yes, that's Miss Tiana's
It is.
daughter, who is really turning into quite a good little dancer.
She is.
Just
And
like
thank you,
Mom.
competitors. We're now moving into Heat 558, dancing the waltz. We have 10 couples in Heat 558 and waltz.
We have a shout out. Go Danny and Fina. That's right. Give your shout outs. I'll try to read them the best that I can. We are up to 92 people now.
Hey.
Let's get to 100. We only have 8. And Miss Elizabeth and I are here for another like 16 minutes. So if we can get like another 8 people and go on there bragging that we have 100 people listening to
That'd be
us.
fun, wouldn't
you
it?
know, flex our muscles a little bit. And then when Tony and Steve and them are on, drop it down to like 3. No, I'm kidding. Just log off for like 2 minutes and then come back on. No, don't do that. Well, Jim told us to log up. No, don't do that. I'm kidding. And thanks for Mr. Plant for having his iPad here.
We have a Chicago studio now that's
Long
joined us.
Grove.
Yes.
Looks like that's Mr.
Boise,
Nick.
Syracuse,
Yes.
all over the country.
And
Isn't that
thank you.
great?
It
We're now
is.
moving
mean,
into
come
Heat
on.
559, dancing the Tango. 10 couples in Heat 559 for the Tango.
And we're going to go like this. cold, 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 cold for Walton, 65. Cold, Pensacola, not bad, and Wyckoff.
There you go.
Cold. So we have a lot of studio students that have braved the cold because obviously, dancing in the studio, you're not at a hotel.
Right.
So our students, if they danced yesterday, went home, slept in their own house, and got up whatever time this morning, depending on what time they danced, and had to make their way to the studio. So listen, we really appreciate all the students having to endure, this weather and the temperature to be able to do this. So we do appreciate it. And, if you're having a good time in the studio, don't even think about the outside. Nothing you can do about it. Just keep having fun today.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 560, dancing the Foxtrot. We have 9 couples dancing in this heat. Your places for Heat 560 for the Foxtrot.
Sorry, we're a little distracted by the volleyball tournament that was going on outside. Was that a little bit too much for our people dealing with the weather? We lost too. We're at 90 now. We're going the wrong way, folks. I said log off when they're on, not us. No, I'm just kidding. We're happy to have you 90 on the chat with us.
Oh, yes.
Once again, if you're just got on, we do have to talk over the music. There's licensing issues with some artists that do not like to have their music played anywhere unless they're getting some cheese for it. So if we don't talk over it and we happen to play one of those, your screen could go
thank
black.
You, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 561, dancing the Waltz. Judges, please delete couple 234. Delete 234. This is Heat 561 and Waltz.
All right. Not too chit-chatty right now, everybody. So you danced obviously smooth and very successful. You were a champion in smooth. Not to put you on the spot, but out of the 4 dances, which was your favorite?
I really liked Viennese Waltz.
Yeah.
And I almost said that when you said that it was one of your favorites.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I mean, even back then, the music was a little bit different.
Yep.
When I was considering, not that I was considering I had a contract or something, but I loved the idea of competing. It was just something I thought would be fun. So, by being in the studio and watching, the rhythm, and the smooth, the music and the rhythm just spoke to me a little bit more, because the Viennese Waltz was almost like carousel type music.
Yes.
And thank you, couples. We're now moving into Heat 562, dancing the Tango. 12 couples on the floor.
Yep.
Judges delete couple 234. This is Heat 562 and Tango.
It was more classic kind of Viennese Waltz, but now you've got Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga, Die With a Smile, that song that was out recently. One of the most beautiful songs I think ever written, and it's a Viennese Waltz.
Right.
Oh my God, just to be able to dance to something like that. So I would have to, I wasn't a smooth dancer, but I would have to concur that would be my favorite. Would Tad say the same thing? You think, Viennese Waltz?
I don't.
He looks more like a waltz guy to me. Waltz or Foxtrot?
Yep, I think you're right.
Yeah. We got 12 couples out there right now, 12 competitors. Yeah, we got Boise, Long Grove, Green Bay South, go Pack Go. For Walton, Pensacola, yep, Pensacola.
Yeah. Venice, Florida.
Nice.
Winter Park,
Winter
Florida.
Park.
Yes.
Yep. Ooh, they got some party lights going on.
They do. Carmel, Indiana.
Nice.
11
there.
couples. Judges delete couple 234. Delete 234. This is Heat 563, Foxtrot.
I've been noticing too that there's a lot of studios that have a lot of people there watching. It's either students or family, or and I've noticed that through all my years here at Fred Astaire, that no matter what school you're from, we're going to cheer for you. We're going to support all of our dancers. So it's always good to see, that and Saturday makes it a little easier. People are not working.
Right.
It's
they can come support.
It's almost 2:00 or 3:00 Eastern. So, people are able to come and participate. I'm sure you had people there yesterday, maybe in the evening, but Saturday and Sunday, I think we're going to see a lot of extras in the background.
I would hope so.
Oh, I would think so. It's like Fulton Beach has quite a few, and they have signs that they're holding up.
They do.
I've actually seen them run out on the floor after the student was done and put the signs in front. Get creative, man. Pom-poms.
Noisemakers, all kinds of things.
We see all that.
Yeah. We like all of that.
Oh, yeah.
This is Heat 564 and Waltz.
Well, you're kind of limited. Not that you're limited, but I guess there's only a certain amount of things you can do when you travel, let's say, to like Vegas or whatever. But at your own studio, you can bring all the kind of props and stuff you want, because a lot of times we have those anyways.
Right.
So you can bring the artillery out.
Right.
and as long as it doesn't affect our ability to see them and judge them,
then have at it.
Go for it.
Right.
Correct.
We had our nightclub dances last night, and asked every studio to theme their nightclub.
It was crazy.
So that was fun. That was fun to see everybody's creativity and decide what kind of nightclub they were going to be dancing in.
Yep. I apologize. I don't remember the studio, but it was an alien theme.
Yes.
I think it was a teacher. It might have been a student, because, we have some crazy students.
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 565, dancing the Tango. 12 couples. This is Heat 565 and Tango.
But this person was standing in the background, pretty tall person, and had a complete alien outfit with the mask with the big eyes. I mean, I'm sitting there watching. All of a sudden, I was like, "There's an alien in that studio." Obviously, it was an alien party. So that was one of my favorites. There was pajama parties. There was a disco party.
Fort Walton Beach just picked a color, green.
Green was
so
good.
They were all green.
Well, because they're supporting their manager and owners,
right.
Tommy and Joe, who were Team Green, basically. So,
yeah.
So yeah, great job with all the different themes last night. Then we saw like a beach theme,
yes,
which was either
maybe
the East
tacky
Coast
tourist
or
theme or something.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
something
exactly
like
what
that.
It might have
Yep.
been. Correct. They were dreaming of summer, because I think it was a cold area.
Our next in-person event is in New York City in April, the Cross Country Dance Championships, and that nightclub theme is...
And thank you, competitors. We're now moving into Heat 566, dancing the Foxtrot. We have 11 couples dancing Heat 566 for the Foxtrot.
Yes. What is it, Miss Elizabeth?
It's I Love New York.
Oh, nice.
So you can interpret that however you want to interpret it. You can be a tourist in Times Square. You can pick a famous New York movie or show. Or
my mic on when I said that. That's a great idea.
Yes.
And what's great about it too, in case somebody forgets whatever, just walk outside, go to a vendor and get a T-shirt that says "I love New York."
Right.
Pretty easy breezy. But I like that idea of New York movies, New York themes. Come as a Yankee, you come as a New York Giant, all different things.
All kinds of things, yeah.
That's.
It'll be easy and fun to see what everybody does.
Yes.
And the final night in New York City is Met Gala.
Oh, nice. Oh,
yes.
That's dressy then.
Very dressy.
But you can get crazy because the Met, it's not your normal tuxedos.
Right.
Somebody could have a tuxedo and shorts or something like that.
We're now moving into Heat 567.
I'm not going to give Steve any ideas.
13 couples dancing Heat 567 and Waltz.
And is that in Times Square? at the Marriott Marquis?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Again this year. Yep.
Been there many times. The Marriott Marquis, very cool hotel. It's
It is.
right there in Times Square. If you've never been to New York, here's your opportunity. It's a city like no other. Although Miss Ray has been saying for years that Chicago's downtown Chicago is the best, and I was there for 4 years, and I have to say downtown Chicago is pretty amazing. The architecture, and it's clean and everything, but it's right there with New York. If you want to go to some cities, New York, Chicago, highly recommend
Lots to do on your in your downtime.
Of course.
Yes.
Also, if you are a beach person, I cannot recommend this enough. Fort Walton Beach, Florida has the most beautiful beaches you will ever see. It's the Emerald Coast. The water is actually green leading up to the sand. It's just beautiful.
We're now moving into Heat 568. Dancing the Tango. We have 13 couples. This is Heat 568 and Tango.
I know. All right, we have some real quick questions.
Okay.
How many studios do you have participating today in the competition? Do you know that number?
I don't know that number.
Well,
how many?
According to the screen, we have a lot. I'm going to say we have at least 60, 70 studios maybe participating. Notice, if a judge sees a student fixing a mistake while they're dancing, would that offset any deduction given for that original mistake? Absolutely not. If you make a mistake, you make a mistake. Right. Everybody's going to make mistakes out there, right? Is that how you interpreted it?
That's not how I interpreted that question. But
how did you interpret it?
But we're both going to say the same thing.
Yes. I mean, if you make a mistake, you make a mistake. I don't judge.
And it doesn't count against you.
It doesn't count against you. Now, if you go out there and you've made 5 or 6, I may have to take that in consideration. But if you go out there and make a mistake and you stop and start over again,
and thank you, couples.
No deduction will be taken.
Moving to Heat 569, dancing the Foxtrot. We have 12 couples in Heat 569, Foxtrot.
So yeah, I don't think any judge, if they see you make one mistake, or even 2, it's how you handle making that mistake.
Exactly.
If you again. If you have 7 to whatever judges out there, the odds of all 7 seeing that mistake at the same time is very, very high. They're not all going to see that. So maybe 1, maybe 2 might have seen it, but the other 5 didn't. So if you make that mistake and you're like, showing it that you made a mistake, well, when someone turns and looks, they see that and said, oh, something must have happened. But if you just stop, keep that smile on your face, get back in dance position, and keep going, I think the majority of the judges would not hold that against anybody, because you know what, we're human. Everybody we watch the pros. We see mistakes all the time.
Right.
So it's how you handle it. So
exactly.
I don't think that's a problem. Good question, though.
And well done.
Miss Elizabeth, we are coming down to our last 2 minutes.
We are, aren't we?
It's been awesome.
The MC's already changed.
Yep, Mr. Tad Joy.
Number is 570.
The
Waltz.
Better half, the other half.
Well, thank you.
Well, I would say the same thing about my wife. But we do have just a little bit left. We appreciate everybody that's been on the chat with us.
We do. Hope you're having as much fun as we are.
Yes.
It looks like you are.
Keep hanging on. Like I said, let others know in your studio, if they don't know already, just to go on to YouTube and sign into Dance Sport Dynamics. Just type that in. You'll see his channel. Click on it. Subscribe. Doesn't cost you anything. And you'll be able to watch this content, and you'll be able to watch past content. He keeps all the history. From all different competitions from last year, year before that. And upcoming year, he'll be, definitely doing our national events like New York, like you talked about.
Right.
He'll do Vegas, and he'll also do Orlando.
Thank you, couples, and thank you, judges.
And a bunch of regionals.
All right, that's going to do it for part 3. We're going to start part 4. Give me about 15 seconds to switch the stream, And we'll be back.
Bruno Collins.
See you on the other side, guys.
Elizabeth Joy, Jim Carter, and Tommy Travato.